wonder if anybody can hear me. Okay, let's see now.
Allergy congestion makes you feel trapped. Break through with Allegra D 5-in-1 relief. It works fast, has a non-drowsy antihistamine, and a powerful decongestant. Break through allergy congestion with Allegra D. After 19 years of pro ball, I'm a fan. Icy Hot is power past. Icy Hot LS Roll. Powerful relief for shoulders, backs, even arthritis. Icy Hot pain, hot to relax away. Icy Hot power past pain. Does the IRS claim you owe over $10,000 in back taxes?
We fell behind on our business and personal taxes.
Then a friend told us about Coast One Financial Group. Their experienced tax professionals negotiate their $42,000 tax bill down to $294. All they do is help people like you get a fresh start, helping reduce your back taxes, often by as much as 80%. Call Coast One Financial Group at 800-683-3514. That's 800-683-3514. Join T-Mobile today and get unlimited favorites and the Netflix included. Plus, when you buy an iPhone, get an iPhone for your BFF on us. All of America's best unlimited network. Bigger doesn't mean stronger. Yet we define by a weight class. Introducing the all-new Terrain, the compact SUV from the GMC. Mighty like a pro. The all-new Terrain.
Let's see. Where's that?
GMC and get this low mileage lease on this all-new 2018 Terrain SLE for around $249 a month with $999 to be signed.
If I spell this right.
After that, he was out of the country and introduced him.
And after dark, court said suspects.
It's possible she lived on the lake because the ring is somebody she knows.
So we're back to them January. 24 hot pretzels on me.
Investigation.
She said it was murder.
Sexually assaulted for Saturday. Less than 2 days, an autopsy report saying cause of death was brutal. If there is, I haven't seen it. Well, no one works with if there was a murder, there can't be any suspects. As soon as we have statements, it's a telephone. It's like that.
News 14. The cause of death was rape. Figures inside the fashion world at the top of the suspect list.
I'm just waiting. Hopefully you guys can hear me. This is my first test live screen. I don't know if anybody can hear you or you can hear me, but I don't have a chat to see what's going on here. I'm waiting for Gory to come on in here. I just sent her an invite. But I really don't know what's happening because I can't see my whatchamacallit to see the chat. That's what hopefully I was going to get her to show me so that way I can see if anybody can hear me.
The Janaways know people who know people in the department. The Janaways are the anonymous source. Why not? If they got a heads up that this investigation's about to turn.
You can hear me?
These leaks can be.
Well, it's good you can hear me, but I don't hear any ringing. Wait a minute. I think I know why. I didn't hear the phone ring. Let's see. Why?
Leslie Drake, counselor to the Jaguars. They knew. Technically, Briscoe is the technical development purpose. We know what we're doing. Are you watching? But you want to people speak. And there you go. What are we talking to? I can tell you, Mr. Drake is Mrs. General is not a suspect. What about Mr. Chen? There's no evidence to make us think that he should be a suspect either. Well, let's find something. Why don't the police want to speak to her when he's not present?
Maybe there's some things a mother doesn't feel comfortable saying after the father.
January had no secret from the top. I read about the police decide that for themselves. These are the ground rules. They can talk to them whenever they want, together. No separate interviews. On the other side, one amount of time is reasonable. Of course, I'll be present.
Would you like us to submit a list of questions in writing as well? We have easier time to sit down and say.
Having a hard time here because I can't see what's happening in YouTube. That's the problem.
They're afraid of a police department that's got more leaks into the Exxon Valdez. They're afraid of a media frenzy that's got their face in every convoy in every supermarket across the nation. Maybe you don't understand something. They lost the daughter, and they're expected to agree on the 6 o'clock news. It's not going to happen. I am here to protect them. They're not going to be chewed up by the tabloid justices. Don't think for a minute that you're going to manage this investigation. Detectives Briscoe and Curtis will be at your client's home tomorrow morning. If they don't make themselves available for an interview, they can talk to the grand jury. Consider yourself notified.
I hear something in the background.
Yeah, it's called TV.
Who's that?
Me, who's that?
Wait a minute. Someone's on my stream. Oh, that's you.
Yeah.
What's up? Hey, what's up, Jen?
What's up?
Hey, hold on for a second. I'm trying to get this straightened out on YouTube, so I'm talking to my friend Haley, who's really Gory B movie. Just hold on for a second, okay?
Okay.
Dump's got away with it, but here's where you got sloppy. Check out your kid. Oh, Lord. Aren't you ready to go to the wall? You don't know how lucky you are.
I'm just glad it was you who brought us in, Nelson. Remember when we used to date? If you let me go, we
I see the stream right there.
Save it for the warden.
Please, keep the devil rolling newborns. To quote Mark Twain, rumors of my death have been strictly exaggerated.
Yeah, rumors of your busyness are 100% true. Now tell us how you survived the fall.
For years I've known underwear with a wet waistband. On that fateful day, these mighty white saved my life. Now it was wrong. I landed right next to a cougar's lair. He saw me easy prey. Here's
Okay, I got it. Excellent. Yes. Yes. All right.
Good.
Now we got to get Gory in here.
I learned that killing a nerd is not as fun as it sounds.
Yeah. Now, Jen, I have to see. Now I got Gory in here because let me mute the YouTube thing so that we won't get a back feed. You can still hear me, right?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay. Can anybody in the chat let me know if you can hear me? Yeah, people in the chat, let me know if you can hear me.
And I can hear you loud and clear.
All right, yeah. So it looks like everyone's fine. The people who are looking at my friend, that's her name is Jennifer Winnington. She is a friend, a very good friend of mine from Killer Flicks. It's a Facebook group. I met her there, and we have become real great friends on Killer Flicks. And I decided to invite her to our little horror family as we try to run this test stream here. So that way she knows what's happening, what's going on, and what we're planning to do a week from Sunday. I'm still trying to get Gory in here, so I'm still trying to work on that because there's a couple of things she needs to help me on. So that's what we're working on right now. So Jen, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Say hi to everyone, and you know, that's most of the people that you're seeing that I'm seeing on the chat right now. They're mostly from the horror family. You know, you got I see one friend, Casey, the horror homemaker. Basically, what she does is she actually does a horror style cooking show. One of the things that she does, I think she did a Cenobite, some type of Cenobite muffins. I know she's great on that. I see my boy PRM Bones. He's there. I see my good friend Andy Creeps. Yes, hi Andy, how you doing? See, I don't know if you know about this, Jen. There is a online streaming show called Scream Radio, called SCRM Scream Radio. It's run by my good friend Tracy, and they basically what they do is they play horror themed stories 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Andy Creeps is an excellent narrator. If you ever get a chance to listen to her voice and what she does, you will never want to stop listening to her stories again.
I will check it out.
Yeah, that's a Scream Radio. Give me a second. Let me see if I get Gory in here. We got most of this stuff working. Give me a second here. Yeah, sure. Anytime, Annie. You guys in Screen Radio deserve it. All right, give me a second here. She's at the top. Give me a second here. All right, I'm going to try to get Gory in here again now.
Okay. My phone's going to die on me soon.
I can spell her name right. All right, I sent her the invite.
Look, you tell him what's his name. I'm not a nerd. Doc is too cool for sports. It's just not a look. And look at the champion one. Maybe it's Sandra Stinson or the one. Spider-Man.
So while waiting for Glory to finally, hopefully she can get in here. Did you see the Cloverfield paradox yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, yeah, I saw it. It's not a bad movie. It's filmed great. The acting's okay. It's just the story is very convoluted.
Yeah, I heard a lot of mixed reviews about it. It's kind of mediocre at best.
Yeah, it's the problem is that the story, even for a lay person who doesn't understand the complex plot line, they might get confused and bow out about it. I mean, it took me 2 watches to see it, and even though I understood the plot and I kind of understood what they were going with, but for an average lay person that probably doesn't understand multiple dimensions, they'll get lost in the plot. All right, let me try this again. For some reason, it's still not getting her in here. Let's hope this works.
As I was turning away, this young man right over there.
Oh, there it goes. Yay!
You're a live streaming master, Monty G.
Hey, there
What,
she
what?
goes. Finally.
Hey, Jen, what's up?
Hi.
You should have Jen as your guest when you do the creepy channel crawl.
I was thinking about it. I was going to invite her and another good friend of mine, Romeo. Might get them to come and do the live stream with me, just so that way we can have a nice conversation about the three of us. Because Romeo, he's kind of a film buff, and Jen, she would take it from the fan perspective.
That's a good idea.
So, Jen, that's my good friend Gory B Movie from Horror Addicts TV.
Awesome.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, when I first started my channel and I finally got to know her and her husband, Danny B, Danny Nightmare, they backed me, they supported me, and I supported them. I wanted their top supporter. And they helped my channel grow. And up to the point right now, oh yeah, by the way, Gory, I'm close to 400 subscribers now.
Woo, woo. That's awesome, dude. You deserve a lot more.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Keep growing.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, so you can hear me okay, Gory?
I can hear you great. You've got a really great mic set up. I don't know what you're using. but it sounds good.
No, yeah, it's just a standard mic. You know, just what I use. The same thing I use for my videos and anything else. I probably might get a better mic soon, so that way I can actually move away. Oh, by the way, here's my Killer Flicks T-shirt. By the way,
I want to get one of the Gundam shirts.
Both you and Jen, you got to get your Killer Flicks T-shirt now.
Yeah, I need to get one of those. I need to get a lot of shirts. I need to get a Wolfman's Got Nard shirt from his channel. I want to get a Dr. Wolfula shirt too. We're just going to do like a fundraiser so I can have all the shirts.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going well. So if you have any problems with like lag or anything, one of the things you can do in your Hangout settings is you can always turn down the bit rate if that does happen. And it might not happen. It might happen. With a 720p stream, the lowest you can go, I believe, is 1500. You probably won't even need any of this information, but that's just something I'm going to throw out there. So if you have any problems in your stream and people, sometimes like when I'm streaming, people will say, oh, it's buggy or it's lagging or it's freezing. That's something you can do to fix that.
Yeah, because it actually kind of depends upon your main computer settings too. But you know, by the way, yes. I'm a tech geek, by the way. So.
Oh, well, there you go. You don't even need my help with that part then. So, the other thing. Hey, Danny Nymer's in the chat. What?
Uh-oh. What's up, Danny boy?
So, the other thing, when we set this up, you remember where it said today and now?
Yeah.
When you set this up for your thingy, it's exactly the same. You just put in the time and then you put in that thumbnail in the next page.
Yeah.
And then you're
did you see my thumbnail? Because I didn't get that yet.
I haven't finished it yet because I ended up just getting really tired last night not finishing them. And then today, I didn't think this would take all day.
Long. Yeah, because I saw early this morning when I was at work when I saw you trying to do Lizzie's channel. And for some reason, I couldn't get the audio to work.
We got it eventually. That was the longest one. But yeah, I've been doing this since 9 a.m. and it's been about an hour each. So it's been a long day. You're my 10th one, but you're the last one. I was gonna try to get Susan in here, and I'm like, no, I don't think I'd be any help to her.
Jen,
sorry.
Jen.
Yeah.
Tell Corey what you thought about Sleepaway Camp.
It was horrible.
I have something to show you about Sleepaway Camp. I'm gonna bring you a treat.
It had to be one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
I actually had the opportunity to watch Sleepaway Camp for the first time with the girl, Felissa Rose, who plays the little girl. And I think that's part of the reason why I just love it, because I got to watch it with the girl who starred in it as she just completely ripped it to shreds. Like she Mystery Science Theatered it. And so I think for me, that's why I kind of just love it. But it's bad 80s awfulness, but
it's like this because Jen never saw it and I told her to watch it, but I forgot to let her know that, hey, look, by the way, this is not a very great, fantastic movie.
No.
It's cheesy, it's corny, it's typical 80s horror. And
it's famous for the ending, is what I think.
But I didn't tell her about the ending though.
But my favorite kill in that is when, and I don't even understand how this kill works. It makes no damn sense. She takes a hair curling iron and she shoves it up the girl's hoo-ha, which I think that would be very painful. I don't think that would kill you. However, when I met her, I asked her to sign this and it says, up yours, Felissa Rose. And it's like the pride of my collection. She's a sweetheart. If you get a chance to meet her, she is the sweetest thing ever. And her husband, it's very strange. I don't know if you know the band CYK. CKY. Her husband is the lead singer of that, and he is a huge Sleepaway Camp fanboy before they even got together, and the band is actually named after that movie. And so I think it's kind of weird that he was like a fanboy before they got married, and her as a kid is on the cover of one of their albums. But yeah, now they have like 3 beautiful children and they seem very happy. So
well, all you gotta do is be happy, and that's the whole point about being in a marriage. Yeah, I was telling Jen about the Cloverfield Paradox, because I saw it last week when I saw it the next day after the Super Bowl, and I told her, I said it's not a bad movie. It's filmed nicely, and I did like the main girl. It's just that the story is so convoluted and so confusing that even
Yeah.
a lay person who doesn't understand the ultimate dimensions, and I'm trying not to spoil it here just in case people in the chat haven't seen it yet, that you might have to take it 3 or 4 times for them to get to understand it.
We're gonna review, but I told Danny I would definitely want to watch it again. There are some very good things in it. It has the gal who was in my favorite episode of Black Mirror, San Junipero. She's in. The acting is great.
No, yeah.
And it goes back and forth from a woman who's on a space station and her husband, and the stuff with her husband I really enjoyed. I thought that was cool because we know, having seen Cloverfield, what he's experiencing, even though they don't show it. And I thought that was cool. It was like my favorite part of it, especially at the end. You know what I'm talking about, Monty.
Oh yeah.
I loved that.
That part was a bit confusing because if you understand the first Cloverfield, that it wasn't that big. And when you look at that end, it's like, wait a minute, that's not. How can that be?
I think it's a little after that because things get worse by the time we get to 10 Cloverfield Lane, which is after the events of Cloverfield.
Yeah,
when we see Cloverfield at the very end, there's footage of something dropping in the background of the Ferris wheel. And I think that's the debris from earlier. I don't think it's the space pod, which some people have said. I don't think that's it. I think by the time she drops, it's in full-blown crazy mode. And I think it's after the events of the first movie. So it is a little more intense.
Then you saw Cloverfield, right?
A while ago. Yeah.
They've all had great marketing though, because I remember when Cloverfield came out, they didn't show you anything, and so I was like, "What is this? Is this a new Godzilla movie? Is this going to be a giant kaiju?"
Yeah,
I'm
because it was like some type of a viral marketing scheme, which I thought was very clever.
Yeah, it was so clever. You had to go to the website, and even then, you didn't know anything. And Cloverfield didn't mean a damn thing to anybody. It's the name of the street that they made the movie on. It was the code name. And so it was really exciting and I think that's the only problem I have with part 2 is it's a really good movie, but it would have been better if I didn't know for sure if John Goodman was crazy. And I did know that he wasn't entirely crazy because I know it's a Cloverfield movie. I know there's aliens or monsters or what have you in the world. Yeah, it would have been scarier not knowing.
Yeah, that part I agree with you, because if they not have made it particularly Cloverfield, then we would really wonder, is this guy nuts? Is he really skitzing, or is he actually telling the truth? I mean, it doesn't take away from his performance or the story at all.
No,
but
his performance is fantastic.
It would have been better if it wasn't marketed if it was marketing anything towards Cloverfield.
Yeah, I mean, even if they wanted to tie it together, maybe call it something else and let that be a surprise. But I think that calling it Cloverfield kind of spoiled the ending, essentially.
Yeah, no.
But I do love it.
Okay. One of the things I am doing, since this is Women in Horror Month, did you know that, Jen?
What?
Yep.
This is February is Women in Horror Month.
Yes.
What I'm doing each week is I'm reviewing a movie that shows strong women leads or women directors. Like last week, I did a review of Underworld because of the Selene character and Kate Beckinsale's performances. Tomorrow, I'm going to work on reviewing your favorite movie, The Craft.
Oh, I love that's one of my top 5 favorite movies, Jen. Yeah. You got good taste, girl. I love that movie.
Yeah, I love that movie. It's a great movie.
I love it. It's just, it came out some movies come out at a certain time in your life where you just kind of treasure them forever, and I just love that movie. Yeah. I never get tired. I watched that movie so much on VHS when I was younger that my brother started calling it The Crap. They don't know what they're talking about.
I could literally recite the whole movie.
Yeah, it's awesome. We just did a giveaway for The Craft, and I so wanted to enter, but I couldn't. But it was so cool.
And then the following week, what I'll do is I'll make a review, because I actually haven't seen. I have not seen American Mary yet, so that's going to be a good one.
That's amazing. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, because I'm going to watch it on Netflix. Mainly 2 reasons: because of what's her name, Catherine Isabel, and of course the Soska sisters.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah.
I want to go on their show Elevator. I think that'd be fun.
I know. I would love to meet them. I know that it's, from what I understand.
Have met them.
I'm pretty sure they're real nice.
They're very sweet. When I met them, they were actually both dressed up as Mary from American Mary. So that was really cool. And I heard a little, I mean, they kind of made it obvious, but this month's Bandbox Horror is going to have an autograph from them. So I'm looking forward to that.
Mhm. Yeah. I should have my first unboxing video because I just subscribed to Horror Pack. Oops, excuse me.
Well
Sorry.
done.
So I have my first unboxing video. Hopefully, I think maybe by middle week.
I dig it, yo.
Yeah, Jen, if you don't know what Horror Pack is, it's a monthly subscription where you get either DVDs or Blu-rays of horror movies. They don't,
Cool.
yeah, they don't tell you what it is, and basically what we do is like we'll make an unboxing video and we'll just either read the clues from what they provide to you, or just put it up and let you know what the video is. And what I'll probably also do, when I'll probably start doing, is that if there's movies that they give me that I already have, I'll do a giveaway.
Yeah. They've sent me a few, and I tend to get a lot of movies. Like once, the first one I got from them, they sent me The Shining, and I was like, really? Come on, what horror fan doesn't have The Shining? But I didn't pay for it, so I didn't care. But had I paid for it, I would have been ticked off. Because come on, what are you gonna do next? You gonna do Jaws? You gonna me The Exorcist horror pack? Come on.
All right, guys, my battery's about to die. I gotta go.
Well, it's nice meeting you.
Nice
All right,
meeting
Jen.
you.
All right, Jen, I'll see you online.
Yep, see you online.
All right.
Bye.
All right, Monty. So now I'm going to show you one last thing that you'll need for your stream, because you know that Screaming Soup made us that cool promo, right?
Yeah, I saw it was decent. Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. So now what they're doing is they're making us individual outro videos for every channel, and they will upload them to their YouTube channel, and then you just find yours. So, what it will be is at the end of the stream, it's like a 10-second, 15-second thing that essentially says, hey, don't go anywhere. Follow the crawl over to so-and-so's channel, which for you is PMR Bones.
Yeah, PMR Bones. Yes, I saw the schedule.
Yeah. So, when you make your event, grab his channel link and put that in the description. And so when it ends, you can say, hey, guys, if you need a link to his channel, it's in the description below.
All right,
And then when you make your event, get me a link to that. And I'm also going to make a playlist because I think that'll make it easy for people to hop from one channel to the next. So, but what you'll need to play the video that they're making is in Google Hangouts, you have to do it by screen sharing. So it's pretty easy. It'll be fine. So you're going to need to open up any random video on YouTube. That's how we'll start doing that. So find a random video.
All right, give me a second. Let me switch over.
No worries.
Let's see what we got here. All right, I got it. I got the video.
Okay, sorry for the yawning.
That's okay. Hey, look. I work today, and I know we're both tired.
Oh yeah.
We're both tired. Yeah. All right. I picked the video.
So now go to your Google Hangouts window, and you're going to see in the upper left-hand corner, there's what looks like a monitor that's green and has an arrow on it. You're going to click on that. That's your screen share button.
Yeah, I got it.
And it's going to say, do you want to share this with everybody? And say, yeah. Or share your entire screen, something along those lines.
It just said the share button, so I'm going to click on that. Ooh, man.
Great. So then it does this crazy matrix thing that goes on into infinity.
Yeah, I see.
You're going to want to put your video, if you have one monitor, make sure it's on top of all the other windows. The YouTube video you want to play.
All right, give me a second here. Here's my minute.
And then make it full screen. And then you might need to unplug your headphones, but hit play. Yeah, unplug your headphones.
All right, give me a second. Bill Flick's t-shirt on. That better?
Yes, and I can hear it. And so that's all there is to it.
Okay, all right, that's good. Let me stop this.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. I wish, because Google owns YouTube, I wish they would make YouTube just integrated into their system. That seems to be the logical way to go, but they haven't done that, and I find that annoying. But there is that workaround, so Now you know, and knowing is half the battle.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was about to say that myself.
The other half is mostly violence, according to JoJo. Or red and blue lasers. See, you did it. I feel like I should sing the Dora the Explorer song. We did it. We did it. We did it. Yeah. If you think this is bad, oh my god, I was like doing horrible rap songs for Maven on hers.
Oh no! See, when I one thing about me when I actually started doing tech support, I actually was in programming first. So basically, whenever I had success, the James Bond picture, GoldenEye, where the guy says, "Yes, I am invincible." So I would do that.
Yeah. I used to work tech support too, and some days are good, and you get to talk to some nice people and help them out. And you feel good about yourself, and then some days you just want to like slam your head repeatedly against the wall.
I call them dumb users.
Like the guy who called, and this was like, God, this was ages ago. I mean, in all fairness, at the time, the internet hadn't been around that long. It's like early 2000s when I had this job. But a guy called me up and he wanted to know why the coffee cup holder in his computer was broken. Just like dumbfounded, like.
Oh, trust me. I used to work for Comcast for 5 years.
Oh,
and at the time, that's when high definition had just started. And it was 2004, and this is when the Eagles were actually in the Super Bowl. And I had this guy call up, and he tells me that he can't see the Super Bowl on high definition. So when I pull up his account, he doesn't have the high definition account. No, so what he tells me is that he's at his grandfather's house, and what he did was he took the box from his house and brought it over to his grandfather. Brought it over to his grandfather's because his grandfather had the HD, so he thought by taking the box he can actually see the Super Bowl in high def. I'm like,
oh, honey,
dude, you can't do that.
Don't you find in tech support you do that a lot? You're like, oh, honey.
Oh no, I went because I laugh so easy.
Yeah,
so I just laugh, and in the background I say another dumb user.
Yeah, still not the worst job I've ever had.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I was a telemarketer once, and at least when you're on tech support, people want to like you. When you're a telemarketer, they treat you like you're Satan. And I was like 14 when I did that job, so I had people calling me words I hadn't even heard of yet. I'm like, what? What's that mean? Oh, that's not nice. Do you want this coupon book or not?
Yeah. So another thing I actually had planned for my channel, because I'm old school horror just like Dino, and so basically what I'm going to do, probably starting, I don't know, maybe in April or May, I'm going to do a Hammer film series.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, mainly talk obviously, of course, about the Dracula series, because it amazes me back when I first started watching horror and I watched Dracula. Those Dracula movies starring Christopher Lee and all the time, and being a maybe 9-year-old kid, shit cracked me up. I just thought the shit was funny.
Yeah, I love it, and I've been reviewing the Universal movies with lulz, and that's what kind of bums me out about the Dark Universe, because these were all books first, and then somebody had the initiative to make them into amazing Universal movies. And a lot of them were like Dracula was the first talkie horror film. I mean, that's a big monumental film. And you would think that they couldn't be touched. But then Hammer came along and they're like, yeah, but let's add blood and tits. And they did. And they were fantastic. And so instead of going about this going, hey, how can we be the next Marvel? They should be going, what has not been done with these movies yet? I mean, they're already great stories. What can we add to them? Not trying to make them into something else. Like they tried to make The Mummy with Tom Cruise into it's basically like a new Mission Impossible movie with some supernatural crap thrown in.
Yeah, and
it was not good.
Yeah, it was a huge mistake, because just like I said in my thoughts of it, well, not my thoughts of the video, just like I said in my review of The Mummy, is that they were trying too hard to world build the Dark Universe instead of telling a nice, creepy story. If they would have done what they did with The Mummy, like with Brandon Fraser's 1999 Mummy, they probably would have made a great start of the Dark Universe, but they were so
They made it too big. They
Yeah,
made
yeah,
it
they-
and even if they're trying to be Marvel, Marvel did it smart. They started off with simple stories. The first one was just Iron Man. It's just about Iron Man.
Yeah, it was just about Iron Man, Tony Stark, his character.
Mhm.
Anything about anything
No
Marvel
inkling,
related.
nothing else. And the original Mummy story is just kind of a slow-paced love story. The Brendan Fraser one is a really fun action, kind of
Mhm.
swashbuckling story.
Yeah,
They
because
could have just kept it simple, and it could have been fun.
it could have been fun. Yeah, because like I said, because it has nothing related to Marvel until you get to the end credits, and that's when everyone started cheering about when he said the Avengers Initiative. But
Yeah.
that's how you world build. But they were too busy trying to world build instead of trying to do a nice, good story.
I think that's what DC's doing too, not to get off topic, but I feel like they're trying too hard to do the world building first, like cramming more. How many more characters can we cram in there? Like, I liked Justice League, but I would have liked a Cyborg movie of just his own. Like, that character's interesting. I like him in other things.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing all this stuff with that character in a movie that has like 6 other characters. I mean, Wonder Woman was okay because I saw her movie. I saw
Yeah.
Batman and Batman versus Superman. I saw Superman, but The Flash and Cyborg, even The Flash, I could have let go because there's the TV show that I think has made everyone very familiar.
You know, it's funny because when I was watching the movie, seeing this guy, I'm not saying he didn't do a bad job, but the way they had him running, it's like they couldn't
The
have.
Flash?
Yeah, the Flash. He was running like, I don't know. He's like,
Yeah, I wish they would have gotten the guy from the TV show because he's fantastic. And
oh yeah, I
the
love the
kid
Flash.
they cast in the movie, he's the same kid from We Need to Talk About Kevin. And
Mhm.
it's like one of those roles where it's like, it's that kid. He just creeps me out. And the Flash, Barry is like, he's a nice kid. And I was like, no, he's going to kill everybody. We can't trust him. Hide your babies.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, Cyborg, we've seen him in Smallville, and he's originally from Teen Titans, but I don't think a lot of adults are familiar with that character. And I think an origin story movie would have been good. And I'd love an Aquaman one because I like what they're doing with Aquaman, but he needs his own movie.
Yeah, well, he's getting his own movie.
Yeah, but they should have done that first.
Yeah, it could have been nice if he would have done his own movie because unfortunately, the only real people that let's just say I'll say this: the people who don't know Aquaman's the comic book character, the only people know about the only visual aspect they have of Aquaman is Super Friends, and he's and that character is so weak. And
I think people got a better idea when Injustice came out because they're like, "What? Aquaman's badass? He was awesome in that."
Yeah, I know, but I said, but that's the Aquaman character. He's a badass in the comics, but in the Super Friends and everything else, he's a pushover.
I remember when Smallville tried to do an Aquaman spinoff and it had one pilot episode, and it was basically Baywatch. It was such shit. It was worse than Baywatch Nights. It was so bad.
No, don't mention that show. I try to watch because I like David Hasselhoff. I like David Hasselhoff because I love Knight Rider.
Oh yeah.
I tried to watch Baywatch. I'm like, what the freaking this is crap.
I kind of figured it out. See, when I moved here when I was about 11, and Saved by the Bell, Baywatch, all those shows were really popular, and I wasn't familiar with those. We didn't have those in England where I grew up. And I kind of figured out why a lot of these shows were popular. I was trying to understand, what's popular in America. But Baywatch, I couldn't wrap my head around. And then I got into where I was like a teenager. I'm like, oh, it's the boobs. I get it now. Okay. Someone should have just told me that because I'm trying to work out the storyline here. And I'm like, what is interesting about this?
I know, because why are they showing, the guys running off and the woman bouncing around with their
slow motion.
Slow motion. It's like, I don't understand any of this crap. But I guess it wasn't, I guess I wasn't the demographic they were trying to find because I had no interest in it at all. But they were trying to get adolescent teenage boys.
Teenage boys. They were trying to get teenage boys. Like once I figured that out, I was like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah, it's just like this. It's like with me and Goosebumps. Unfortunately, I was too old when Goosebumps came out.
Yeah, me too. My son loves it though.
Uh-huh.
And Danny's a little bit younger than me too, so he caught that. I was also reading a little ahead, so I was really into those Fear Street books because those were good.
No, I grew up reading Encyclopedia Brown, Danny Dunn, and the Three Investigators when I was little.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I was my mom was really into Dean Koontz and like Stephen King and stuff, and so I'd be like little, and she took me to the doctor, and she'd be like, "Well, if you're bored, because we didn't have phones that you could give your kid back in the day. If you're bored, do you want me to read you some of my book?" So she'd be like reading me a part of Carrie, and I'm like 5, and I'm like, "Okay, tell me more about the girl who can move stuff." And I remember like before school, I started school, like she let me read. I mean, because I could read. I don't think I understood anything that I read, but I read Cujo because that's about the shortest Stephen King book there is. But yeah, she would read me the short stories and stuff, and then she got me into the movies, and that's kind of how all that started. But yeah, I didn't really understand it, but I thought it was really interesting.
Yeah. It's going on 12 o'clock midnight. Now I get.
I need a nap.
Yeah, you need a nap, and I got to sleep because I had to work tomorrow.
Yeah, you do, Monty G. Well, you did awesome. I think this was a success.
So did I. Peace. Yes.
Yes. Her rules. I beat you to it.
You know, if I ever come to Washington State, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna teach you how to dance.
You need to teach me how to dance.
Yeah.
Though, for the record, Monty, you might not believe this, but I won a butt shaking contest once.
Oh.
There was a bar here, and it said you had to shake your booty, and whoever did it the most and for the longest, like won like a whole bunch of beer and stuff, and I won. But I think that's like 5 years ago.
What song did they play?
It was, I think it was Rump Shaker.
Yeah. It's funny because one of the because back in the time, I would say before my wife Kelly, when I used to go out to clubs, and one of the clubs we went out to, they had a dance contest, and the 2 popular songs at the time was Rump Shaker and I can't
Baby Got Back?
No, not that one. No. Darn, it was a Jamaican song. I can't think of the name, but it escapes me. God damn it. It's one of my favorite jams too. And
was it that one guy, the guy who did that Mr. Bombastic and stuff?
Not that one. Not Shaggy. I got the freaking thing on my
Did you know Sir Mix-a-Lot lives up here, like in Renton?
Yeah, I heard that he lives up there.
My GPS, you know how GPS will mess you up sometimes and take you the wrong place? I swear to God, I've been to his house. We got lost.
Oh, Matt Daddy. That's Matt Daddy. Yeah.
We got really lost, and we ended up at a huge mansion that had like S&M on the gates. So it's either somebody who's into S&M or it's Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Sir Mix-a-Lot. Yeah, it was. Yeah, the song is Mac Daddy. So they had a Rump Shaker Mac Daddy contest. So me and my dear good friend Lee Johnson, God rest his soul, just like he was a childhood friend of mine. We grew up together in South Philly. And we eventually started going to clubs and dancing. And when they had this Rump Shaker Mac Daddy contest, we entered it in, and we actually won the dance contest with Mac Daddy.
Oh, nice. I actually have won 2 dance contests. The other one, and this is sad, it was a Halloween one, and they had a dance contest, and I can't remember what we won. I think we won a giant fishbowl of alcohol. But here's the thing. They have this thing. The place is packed. Nobody's dancing. I'm like, well, hell, I'm going to go win me a freaking bowl of alcohol. So me and my friend just went out there and just started dancing. It wasn't even good dancing, but we were the only ones, so we won. Boom. 2 dance contests.
Okay. All right, Dorothy.
Yeah, you got to teach me the moves, man.
I'll teach you the moves.
All right. Well, It's been fun. Awesome job. Talk to you later.
All right, Gory.
Bye.
Good night, people in the chat.
Bye, chat people.